Hey, what's going on, guys? I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch our Fit Entrepreneurs podcast video. Something cool that we've thought would be decided to implement is record a video as we're recording our podcast of the week. So this would be our very first video for our second podcast. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you like it, please let us know so we can continue to put out the content and continue to record this video for you guys. So hope you guys enjoy the podcast, and stay tuned for more content coming your way. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of the Fit Entrepreneurs Podcast. I am Demetric, and sitting here next to me is my good friend Ryan. Ryan,
what's going on, everybody?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Doing good?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be back.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. This is the second episode, and guys, just before we hit record, we were talking about how more comfortable we are versus the first week of doing this. So I don't know if any of you guys have seen, I've been trying to drop a lot of videos lately. So I've gotten a lot better speaking in front of cameras, in front of the audio. So I'm pretty excited. So Ryan, what's up, man?
So yeah, definitely this past week since the last podcast has been, I think, been good for both of us. We're both trying to kind of get more comfortable with this idea. Definitely, I've seen an improvement in you, and I've tried to improve in myself as well. Just getting comfortable with things, trying out new things. Put up YouTube videos. You started your YouTube channel for your own thing.
Yeah.
And you put up a couple great videos. I'm not quite getting like those long videos. I can put up short clips, but I'm just learning the editing part of that, I guess.
And you're doing it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're out here trying to do it. We got the podcast website a little more tight. We learned some things about that. You purchased a domain for us.
Yep. So we are now the proud owners of thefitentrepreneurs.com. So this week I'm going to be focusing on buying our hosting for the site. So we're actually in the process of distinguishing the difference between, or the beneficial value of deciding between Bluehost and HostGator.
Yep.
So I personally used HostGator previously when I built my first fitness website. So I've done a lot of research the past couple of days. So there are a lot of similarities between the two. I know Bluehost may be a little more cheaper. They may have bigger space with each, what packages they sell.
Mm-hmm.
But this week that will be the main focus, and getting up starting WordPress, so we can actually start adding some content and building the website. So you said you had a web developer, right?
Yeah. So going back to like what we're doing, we're trying to have this podcast, but we're also trying to have this website. Now we have the domain, and having just some place for you guys to kind of see what we're doing. As of right now, what we're running is Libsyn as our hosting for our podcast, which is Libsyn.
You pay like $5 a month for that.
$5 a month for 50 megs upload, and that is a good deal as far as as far as I research and Dimitri research, we're getting a pretty good deal at that rate. Also because of the support the site has, and just it's a great thing for us to start with, but we're not sure how much we're going to grow outside of that, or how much we're going to invest within Libsyn or versus other places. And just real quick too, I said that I was going to do it last podcast, and I want to do it right now. But a lot of the knowledge, if not all of the knowledge that I have about this stuff, is from a guy named Joshua Sheets, who is the radical personal finance guru, and he is awesome. He definitely has a lot of great information. So go check him out if you have any interest in finance or on podcasting. He has a podcast on podcasting, which is where a lot of the information that I have that started this podcast came from. So shout out Joshua.
Yeah, he's actually you're the one that actually introduced me to him. Mm-hmm. And one guy that you actually introduced me to that's been changing my life dramatically is Pat Flynn.
Yes.
So if you guys aren't familiar with Pat Flynn, he owns the Smart Passive Income blog. He's been up since 2010, and he is also a blogger and podcaster. So he talks about personal finance and like network marketing and
entrepreneurship,
affiliate marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So affiliate marketing, I think, is his strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are ever interested in learning more about affiliate marketing or blogging, podcasting, definitely look up the Smart Passive Income, or just go to Google, type in Pat Flynn. He's awesome. So on iTunes, I've actually subscribed to him. So every morning, I'm like knee deep in a podcast of his. So almost all of my knowledge so far about blogging and podcasting has come from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's probably one of the biggest inspirations of why I reached out to Ryan to get this podcast started. Because just like in the beginning, guys, we told you that we wanted to just show you what we're doing and how we're building our brand from the ground up. So that's why we're going to start the YouTube. We got this podcast. We're literally going to be walking you guys through step by step how to build a website, how to get your podcast up and going, and most of all, how to stay consistent. So consistency is probably going to be the biggest thing that you're going to see from us. We're going to consistently upload podcasts every Sunday, and once we get the blog up, I will personally make sure there's at least 1 to 2 blogs on the website every week to help you guys gain knowledge and gather more information about anything fitness related, health related, or just entrepreneurship related. So
definitely, yeah. Yeah, and this is us giving credit to the people that have inspired us, for sure. And it's really important to do that, I think, for us, because we weren't necessarily following through with a lot of our dreams, and at least I wasn't, until I had personal influencers, but reaching further into the bigger world and hearing some of these great success stories from people like Pat Flynn and Joshua Sheets. Also, Dave Ramsey was a big influencer for me too, because I have a lot of finance issues that I'm working through at the same time, and it's been really great to have that as a resource, which brings me even closer and more passionate to this whole idea of podcasting for myself and with Dimitri, because those things that I learned from these podcasts that I'm talking about and things that Dimitri's learned and been influenced by, I realized that, and Joshua Sheets says, everybody should have a podcast, and other people have said that too. If you have a story, you have your story to share, people can learn from that. So I'm trying to be one of those types of people. Dimitri's trying to be one of those types of people where
definitely
we'll become producers, not just consumers.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So with that long introduction, with it being said, so the main topic of this podcast will be dieting.
Dieting, nutrition.
The Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. So, as you guys may know, there is so much out there regarding what works, what doesn't work, as far as what our bodies react to chemically, what kind of foods, should be taken in when we're trying to gain weight, gain mass, lose weight. So the real question is, what actually works? What diets out there are superior than the others? Like, what is the Holy Grail of the diets?
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know about you, Ryan. Like, I've heard some crazy. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. So I've heard some interesting diets out there.
Gotta be careful with the buzzwords.
Yes. Hey, I'm new to this.
That's right.
But anyways, I've seen some interesting diets, man. I've seen people come to me and say, "Hey, guess what? I haven't eaten in 15 days. I drink juice every day."
Right.
And I'm not knocking them. I can't. Because at the end of the day, if you're healthy, you're doing that, you're healthy, and your energy levels have not decreased, I cannot knock you for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what your body responds best to. And if you want to keep doing that, and as long as you're not causing a chemical imbalance or just bodily harm in general, by all means, keep doing it. So,
yeah, I mean, it's definitely just strange how many, and to be honest, this is the topic now because we got so passionately we were very passionately discussing these things this morning before we got started, and so we're adding this because I think that it's a good topic, and Dimitri kind of pushed me into it as well. So, but yeah, no, it's interesting how many ideas on nutrition there are out there in the world, and how there's such this grand argument on, no, this diet's better. And when we say diet, we're talking about, not necessarily designed to lose weight or gain weight. It's just diet as in eating, the process of eating. What are we eating?
Yeah.
So your diet, your nutrition. And I don't know, there's this argument to have one best or the most appropriate or this. Sometimes people want to have that magic bullet or that magic answer, but I think both Dimitri and I agreed that there is no magic answer. It's just about you. It's an individual process, but yeah.
Yeah, so to help you guys get familiar about what I'm specifically into, if you're not familiar with macro counting, it's I guess the technical term is flexible dieting. So it's been something that I've been doing for the past 4 months or so, and it helps me out mentally. So the whole foundation of flexible dieting is, instead of counting calories, instead of following a strict regimen, you set specific macronutrients for the day. And guys, sorry I'm talking funny. I just got braces this week, and I'm struggling. Talking. But anyway, so you set your specific macronutrients intake for the day. So for me, I am currently trying to shed weight. So I'm intaking between 200 and 220 grams of carbohydrates with 180 to 190 grams of protein, along with 60 to 65 grams of fat. So what flexible dieting does, it gives you the opportunity to be a little more flexible towards your food choices. So if I have a dinner party, if I want to go grab lunch, I don't have to be like, oh no, I can't, oh no, it's gonna break my diet. So I pretty much will go to that restaurant, look up all the food choices they have, and look at all their macro nutrient meals. So let's say if I want to go to Panera, I'll look up all their sandwiches, and I'll try to pick something that's going to fit within my macronutrient goal for the day. But that's been something. I'm not saying that is the best way to go. That is what's working for me right now, and that's one of the diets that is pretty mainstream right now. So if you want to learn more about that flexible dieting, you can look it up on Google search. But I have also tried paleo a few years ago. And like I said previously, I do not knock anyone that tries any type of diets. So I always like to try something before I talk about it. So I've tried paleo, and my experiences from paleo, I love my carbs. Sorry. Sorry about that. So I love my carbohydrates. So paleo diet is pretty much a protein influenced diet. Would you agree, Ryan?
Yeah. From what I understand, it's just trying to get back to the roots, protein based and ketogenic or whatever. Is the key word there. So
the keto.
The keto, turning your body into a fat burning machine is what they try to say.
Exactly. So carbohydrates are what fills your glycogen tank. So once you eat too many carbohydrates, your glycogen tank will I guess in simple terms, it would overfill, which will lead to weight gain. So what keto or paleo does is that it completely takes that equation out. So your main source of macronutrients will come from protein sources such as your poultry and your meats, your eggs, your dairy, and stuff like that. What diets have you tried?
So my biggest thing, and this is where I'm probably gonna get the most flack from anybody when it comes to talking about nutrition, but so I came from a place where our nutrition was eat whatever you can, doesn't matter. My upbringing in food was not good, and I used to drink Cokes every day, and I used to eat processed foods and all this stuff. When I got older, I learned how to look at nutrition a little bit differently, and so I've dabbled in everything, but I've never really stuck to any one program. And to be very honest with you, it has very little to do with me not wanting to do that. It has more to do with like me financially never committing to it, because I put the price of food at such a or rather my investment in food has always been such a low category for me, and I know that's wrong, but that's just how it is. Food's expensive. I haven't had the benefit of having a lot of money at any point in my life yet. I'm gonna get there, but so I haven't spent a lot of money on food. That being said, that's not really an excuse. You can find ways to buy healthier food, but the way that I've eaten has always kind of been off the cuff, and like I eat what I think is right for me if out of the choices that I have. So I guess you could say I'm a flexible dieter, but the only time that I've had a very strict meal plan and designed a meal plan for myself was when I was trying to cut weight to box, to do kickboxing. I had a kickboxing match, and I didn't actually design it for myself. I worked with another trainer friend of mine who had way more knowledge in it, and he kind of got me hip to a lot of what nutrition was and how to treat nutrition for the body. And I mean, his nutritional information and background is really good. He's a really smart guy, and he got me to my weight with no problem to make the fight. I was looking good and feeling good at 185, but so that was like a structured diet, macro counting. So really I've done like a flexible or macro counting type of thing. But what I have done is I've looked into all of these diets just in a more academic sense, and just looking at them and reading about them. But I'm a little different than Dimitri guys, and I haven't tried them personally. But my biggest problem with all these different eating programs is that all of them are vying for to sell you something. It seems like all of them have a product to sell, have a design at earning money from their program being the best. And we have to understand, I think, that none of them are the best. That you have to look what's good for you. So,
and so something that we were discussing right before we pressed record is how all the scientific data that scientists presents us is they're trying to tailor make it for the entire population of the world, when relatively speaking, that like each individual in this world have the different genetic makeups.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have the same genetic scheme as Ryan does.
We're really close. We're super close. Like but there's yeah.
We're super close. But at the same time, my body may not react the same way, to certain foods or to certain chemicals the same way Ryan's body may react to it. So who's to say what actually truly works?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's all about experimenting for yourself, what works for you. Mm-hmm. And if it works for you and you're completely healthy while doing that, keep doing it. It's almost as simple as that. And so many times people make gaining weight or losing weight such a science project to the point where it's confusing, and that's where most people fail. Mm-hmm. Is that they're left with the question what to eat, what not to eat. Guys, you just have to go out there and just try it. Just try it out. Try everything out for yourself. Don't just listen to one guy or one woman. Don't listen to a scientist saying, paleo is the best way, flexible dieting is the best way, the juice diet is the best way. Just eat vegetables. Don't eat at all. Just go outside and bask in the sun and get vitamin D for all I care. But no, don't do that. Please don't. Don't do that. I've actually heard a story where a woman actually died because she didn't eat, and all she did was lay in the sun and get vitamin D from the sun when she was hungry. But anyways, I'm not trying to get sidetracked, but I guess the moral of my story is, guys, is that whatever's out there, research. Educate yourself about the different options, and then just test it out for yourself and see how your body reacts to it. If your body is reacting to it in a positive way, keep implementing that into your daily regimen.
Yeah, because there's going to be a science experiment, or there's going to be a panel of scientists that support whatever it is that somebody's trying to get you to buy. Trust me, there's going to be something somewhere to rationalize the diet that is being given to you.
Yes.
But there's also going to be an argument against it, probably.
Of course.
And that's just the nature of this stuff. So, I couldn't agree more. You have to try it out for yourself, and you'll figure out what works for you. And if you have confusion on, like, if you try something and it doesn't work for you, that's where a lot of people get stuck. Is like they try one thing and it doesn't work, and then they go back to the negative, because there are very clear negatives too. Let's not I don't want to be confused. Like, there are things that we just know are bad for us. I think that's pretty clear. Like, if you eat only cake every day, you're probably gonna have some negative effects, right?
High cholesterol and high blood pressure.
Right, and your sugar levels will be off, and it's going to be bad, right? So, if you're going to notice positive change when you add certain positive things, but the thing that I told Dimitri too, I was like, I didn't want to have this conversation necessarily on this podcast, because I don't want to polarize and make enemies. If anybody supports paleo or supports whatever diet that works for them, that's fine. I really want you to support the thing that works for you, and I'm not attacking necessarily anybody or any one way of thinking, but to be honest, like, it's just really hard for me to put stock into some of the things that I read, because there's science every day. There's new science every day. The physiology of the body is complicated, and the study of these things is pretty young as far as the history of the world goes. And it's also there's a lot of bias. So be careful with what you're subscribing to. Do your research. Try it out for yourself, and then realize that there's no one perfect answer for any of this stuff. We have to add that. But yeah, I think that's good for today. Just a little note on dieting, a little catch up on what we're doing, and we'll see how much more we get done in the coming week, and we'll update you next week on what we learn. Maybe another note on some different part of fitness or entrepreneurship. But yeah, again, thank you very much for taking time to listen to us. And if you have any questions, please let us know through the Facebook site. Message us. You can follow us there at www.facebook.com/thefitentrepreneurs. And then soon enough, we'll have our own website.
Yes, we'll get that up this week. So just one quick thing before we conclude it. We are not experts, guys.
Yes. Very good point. Yes.
We are not claiming to know everything. We just are discussing and telling you guys what we have done, what we have studied, and what we have tried, and what works for our bodies. Yes. Just like I said before, everybody's different. So do your research, guys. Do your research. So.
Yes. Not experts. It's very clear. We are not experts. We are learning. We are students. We are not experts.
Students of the game.
Students
of fitness and entrepreneurship. But guys, we truly thank you for all the support you showed our Facebook page when we launched it last week. We got a couple hundred likes on it so far, and that motivates us to just continue to throw content your way. So continue to support the brand, the movement, and we will continue to try to give you guys as much valuable information as possible. So if you guys have any questions about anything fitness or entrepreneurship related, please continue to follow our journey. Send us an email, a text through Facebook, or any other way that you can contact us, and just let us know your questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of you guys' questions on future podcasts. So until then,
peace out.
Keep lifting, keep inspiring. We out here.
All right.
And for you, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was interesting. So this is something that we're going to be doing every week. We will be pressing record on the camera, not just the computer just to show you guys the behind the scenes of what go on, what we do behind here on the Fit Entrepreneurs Podcast. So we do all our podcasts one take. We do as less editing as possible. So just like I told them, and I'm telling you guys that continue to follow our journey. Go ahead and like our Facebook page at The Fit Entrepreneurs, Facebook.com.
That's
right?
it.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook.com/The Fit Entrepreneurs. There
it
you go.
is. Yeah.
But anyways, I will have all our contact information in the description below on this YouTube video. So until then, keep lifting, keep inspiring. We out here. All right, cool.